Okay. Now you start. Now you start. Okay.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My topic is based on energy storage system in a hybrid electrical vehicle. In an energy storage system, it has three types. First one, battery hybrid, battery ultra capacitor hybrid, and a fuel cell battery hybrid. And first, battery hybrid. In this case, one battery is providing a high specific energy, and the other battery is providing other battery is offering a power. We take it on action. It has a two types of battery. One is metal air battery and a lithium ion battery. Metal air battery is known as a high energy source, and the lithium ion battery is known as a high power energy source. This will be used for in collaboration for the driving range. And metal lithium ion battery will be used for an acceleration and the performance improvement during the hill climbing, and the acceleration more power will be delivered by the lithium ion battery. And first we are going to see the case during a startup and a normal drive or acceleration. During this case, both the high energy, so both the high energy source are providing an equivalent power to the transmission. First, the high energy source from a metal ion battery is supplied to a power converter to the motor drive and the transmission, and both the batteries are giving the same power to the transmissions. In an at the light load condition, At a low load condition, the high energy source drive the vehicle and it's charged to the high power energy source. High power energy source will be less energy and the more power. So it will discharge in a particular less time. Then the metal battery, metal battery has it is a high energy source battery. In this case, during the light load condition, the metal battery provides the power and the energy to the motor transmission, and it will also charge the lithium ion battery, which will provide a high power energy source. Then in this condition, the both are giving an equivalent power to the transmissions. And next, during deceleration, the metal battery is not not an rechargeable or not accepting a power during the deceleration condition. The electrical motor and the generator, which transfer a kinetic energy into an electricity to charge the high power energy via DC-DC converter. So from a transmission, it can be charged through a lithium ion battery through a DC-DC converter, but we can't charge on a metal air battery in a deceleration condition. Next, we are going to see an battery ultra capacitor hybrid. A battery ultra capacitor hybrid. There is a combination of a battery and the ultra capacitor, and the ultra capacitor is a high power energy source. It can offer a high charge and discharging power, but it is an energy density. Energy density is extremely low, and the ultra capacitor has to work together with an electrical batteries. In an addition of two current DC-DC converter, replace the battery and the ultra capacitor source. And the lithium ion battery is a primary energy source, while the peak power is delivered by the ultra capacitor source. Ultra capacitor source is rechargeable during regenerating braking from a lithium ion battery. In an acceleration mode, both are discharged to the motor, and it transmit to the wheel. In a light load condition, the lithium ion battery will discharge to the motor and also discharge to an ultra capacitor or charge to the ultra capacitor. In a regenerate in a regenerating mode, it will charge the high power energy source, which is an ultra capacitor. Next, next, fuel cell battery hybrid system. It can offer an outstanding specific energy, and it supports from a lower specific power, and the and it and the and the capability of accepting a regenerating energy. So in this case of a fuel cell electric vehicle, it generally propelled by the fuel cell battery hybrid system of storage system. So in which the fuel cell stacks and the battery are working at a hybrid electrical for its efficient generating braking and a high accelerating power accelerating power. The battery operates in an SOC window 40% to the 70% of a fuel cell battery hybrid, and it collaboration in which the battery can purposely selected to the combust the shortcoming of a fuel cell. It has in a fuel cell there are three types. First one, proto exchange nickel metal hybrid battery, proton exchange fuel cell lithium hybrid. These are a typical choice of a battery having a high specific power and rechargeable capability rapidly. Uh, During ultra capacitor should be improve such level specific high energy. In this case, it has a motive power, acceleration power, and a regenerating power. The motive power is provides a fuel cell. The motive power is provided by the fuel cell. The accelerating power during the startup the acceleration. During the normal drive, both the fuel cell and the battery provides the power to the motor. During the braking, the regenerative power is fed to a battery because there is no bidirectional power fuel cell to the motor and the motor to the fuel cell. The recharge power will be provided to the battery and it charge it during regenerating and the acceleration condition. Sir, it in this mode, the fuel cell cannot be recharged from a motor power, and battery can be recharged from the motor power, sir. So that's all. Sir.
Nice presentation. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, nice presentation. Okay, we have come out with a different hybrid. Okay, even for hybrid electrical vehicle, we are having a energy storage system also hybrid. That is, we are using two or more combinations of resources. We can have a battery and ultra capacitor, battery and the fuel cell. Okay, I think we have come out with some nice block diagrams. Okay, any clarification from other students? Others? Others?
No, sir.
7%. Okay. I think if you made a comparison, okay, it may be a little bit easier. Okay, after completing the fuel cell battery, you can have a comparison table also. Okay, so in that comparison table, okay, for battery, okay, how much? Because as you already told that some of the metal here, lithium-ion battery. When I'm taking lithium-ion battery is exclusively helping for power, whereas other batteries having energy density, okay, high energy booster when it can be used which type of vehicle, how much is what are all the identified metal air batteries, and what is its rating. Okay, likewise, if you we have to go for in depth. Okay, so now it start beginning. Okay, so now we have to enrich. Okay, maybe around we are having around 6 slides. It seems. Okay, so that 6 slides you have to slowly you have to get into some 60 slides. Okay, so each thing, each configuration, each hybrid. Okay, battery means battery hybrid. What are all the possible battery hybrids? Okay, what are all the metal layer batteries identify? What are all the only lithium ion battery or lithium based batteries? Okay, so how we can make combination, which in that combination, how much power can be generated? Any practical example. Okay, so mainly when we deal with that particular one, you have to see the practical example. So suppose if you are taking okay a zinc air, okay, or any other air, okay, so that battery is taken metal air battery along with the okay lithium cobalt, okay, that battery is there. So this combination is available commercially in this. So it may not be available in India, but if you study it, if you come to know, if you type that battery combination available, then if you get the details of a vehicle, okay, automatically you can get complete specifications. Okay, how
Okay.
much is the weight and etc. So such a way you have to elaborate. At least you have to create another 7 or 8 slides exclusively on the particular one. Likewise, a battery and ultra capacitor. So we know already what is battery and ultra capacitor. So the ultra capacitor is nothing but it is having a very high capacitance. So we can able to store energy start from a fraction of second to up to some certain minutes. Okay, so such a kind of ultra capacitors also is the same way we can discharge also. Okay, if it is a very low value, within a fraction of second it will discharge. But if it is having a very high capacitance value, I can able to take the energy out of the ultra capacitor up to certain minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Even we have solved, I think, one problem. Okay, in which ultra capacitor store around 2100 joules. Okay, so in that case, how a 25 minutes. Okay, for the entire duration of running, if I am discharging the battery to simultaneously along with the battery, so what may be the fuel economy? Okay, likewise we have calculated. So that way you can take and the same aspect as that of battery. So you have to identify any practical vehicle, any practically available models, okay, that having ultra capacitor. Obviously, many you can find many mid-sized vehicle. You can find lot of models are there that you can collect. So automatically, if you are all provided these details, then automatically another 5, 6, 7 slides will be added in the fuel cell battery, okay, hybrid. We come to the last category, fuel cell battery hybrid means automatically. So this may be very much suitable for very long size or we can say that multi-axle vehicles only. So how you can elaborate? Okay, so you can elaborate. Okay, so how? Okay, the storage tank and some space is needed. We feel why fuel cell battery operated vehicle is not suitable for mid-size vehicle, especially we need a
Storage.
storage tank. So that storage tank is limits. Okay, that's a very big, very important limitation. Okay, but whereas if you have an e-bus like that structure, which is weighing around 12 ton capacity and dimension wise in terms of some meters, then automatically I can find in a storage tank which can be keep it in a very safe place, and I can able to use. Okay, so maybe direct direct production. Okay, so you simply allow the fuel, okay, that is hydrogen, okay, hydrogen gas to fall on the electrodes of okay fuel cell, then automatically there the electrons is produced, then we can able to have an electricity. Okay, as a byproduct, what will happen? The water will be okay, the concentration of the water will be more. Okay, that means it's get diluted. So I if I with a frequent interval, if I'm removing that byproduct, I can able to enrich or concentrate the electrolyte. So operation wise, only thing is we have to safely handle that hydrogen. Okay, after become it's water as a byproduct as a water for that any. that means a dilution. Okay, dilution of the electrolyte. Okay, how to enrich and all that technique after you speak out. Okay, you can say that this is a huge amount of power production can be done. So where the fuel cell will be the main source of energy, whereas a battery can be used for regenerative braking. Okay, so when we using the when in the hybrid configuration of the ultra capacitor and battery, we are using ultra capacitor for storing the regenerative energy. Okay, so likewise, when we use the fuel cell and battery, obviously we prefer, because fuel cell cannot be, okay, we cannot store energy. We cannot reverse. That's very important thing. Okay, so like battery charging and discharging. Okay, so here I cannot able to produce hydrogen gas. So as a result of that, what will happen? Battery, I can take electricity. Okay, by other way, I can supply electricity, mean it can store energy. But whereas fuel cell, especially when we are passing a hydrogen gas on the electrode, okay, it is electricity is produced. Likewise, when the electricity available, it cannot, okay, we cannot reverse the gas flow to a tank. Okay, that is highly impossible. Then it involves a complexity. So obviously, what will happen when the regenerative braking is there? That power will be stored in battery. So what is the advantage of battery is we can store for very long time. What is the disadvantages of battery is we can store it in a very slow phase, okay, slow manner only. I cannot store very huge amount of energy, okay, as all of the sudden, okay. Only thing is with a permissible limit of voltage only it will be getting charged. So there, we can suggest one more hybrid where fuel cell, battery, ultra capacitor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there we can have a battery, ultra capacitor stored regenerative braking completely. After ultra capacitor stored, that ultra capacitor during the normal running of vehicle, it will keep on charging the battery. I think we can able to understand the triangle formulation. Okay,
Yes.
when regenerative braking occur, huge energy available. That I cannot store it in battery immediately, because battery is accepting slow charging and at particular voltage only it will be discharging. Okay, but whereas a capacitors allow with the peak voltage, okay, and with the peak energy it can store. So first I will store it in ultra capacitor, then I am slowly charging my battery. So it is an intermediate like that, intermediate between the energy and as well as battery. So whenever regenerative braking occur, first phase I will store it in ultra capacitor, then I will take it slowly charging my battery. So that is a one hybrid configuration that we can explain it further. Okay, so that way if you are explaining all these things, I think we can initially as a first phase we can come out with some 30 slides. Okay, so that's what here. This is how you have to study. This is how you have to study and keep on. Okay, expand. Keep on expand this concept. Okay. Okay, Pradeep. Okay. 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 Nice presentation. Okay, you can.
Thank you.
Okay.
சார்
Yes.
இந்த இவி சொன்னீங்கல்ல சார், அந்த ஐஏஐசிடி
Yes.
அது நேற்று ரிசல்ட் வந்துருச்சு சார். ஒன்லி 100 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் சார் இந்தியா ஃபுல்லா.
ஓகே,
அதான் சார், யாரும் செலக்ட் ஆகல சார்.
செலக்ட் ஆகலையா? ஓகே ஓகே. என்ன கிரைட்டீரியால செலக்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க? ஏதாவது போட்டாங்களா?
இல்ல சார், எதுவும் சொல்ல சார்.
they mention? Okay.
நோ சார். அவங்க காமனா சில क्वेश्चंस கேட்டாங்க சார். உள்ள போகும்போது
ஓகே,
அப்ளை பண்ணும்போது காமன் क्वेश्चंस மாதிரி கேட்டிருந்தாங்க சார். ஃபில் பண்ணோம். அப்ப என்ன எந்த கிரைட்டீரியால எடுத்தாங்க தெரியல சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே. ஈஸி क्वेश्चंस ஒன்லியா?
ஈஸி क्वेश्चंस தான் சார்.
Okay. So totally only 100 only selected.
Yes sir, 100 India full sir.
Okay. Okay, you keep on having an eye on that AICT website and the particular organization website also. Okay, they will conduct frequently. Maybe they may be limited. Which are any Tamil Nadu institution is there?
Yes sir. In Chennai it's like Hindustan.
Okay.
like those. There.
Okay. Okay, don't lose hope. Okay, you can keep on search like that. Okay, likewise, I'm suggesting retrofitting technology. So you can identify any training center. I think Bangalore and Mumbai is having, but
Sir, we are coaching in Bangalore, sir, but due to the corona, they are not allowing, sir.
oh yeah,
All
yeah,
are all are
yeah.
getting work from home only.
Work from home only. Actually, as of now, it is for the time being, it is not advisable. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
because it need hands-on experience, merely through online cannot learn all the things. As of now, it is not as advisable, but okay, keep on having that is getting information. Any companies that are having giving training on this type of retrofitting technology or not. Okay, I'll collect and tell you. I think for you, I think I have identified that out of the books I sent. No, I'll show it.
Okay, sir.
I think you can prepare using that. So Value Introduction to Hybrid Vehicle System Modeling and Control. I think this book also I have sent it to you. It is about hybrid vehicle system modeling only. Okay,
Okay,
so first completely internal combustion engine out. What is internal combustion engine? Okay, so suppose a crankshaft. Okay, engine is there, no? Gasoline engine.
yes, yes,
Each gasoline engine, what is a corresponding mathematical equation? Okay, they'll explain. Okay, and slowly they'll go to the characteristics. Okay, that characteristics how it can be represented using equations. Okay, then they'll start with the engine off. Okay, and when the engine is in ideal condition, when the PID controller is present. Okay, so they have generated engine ideal and speed control, that is speed control principle. And what are all the equations? Closed throttle torque, acceleration, rocket torque, everything there finally mathematical model. And fuel economy. Okay, finally how to calculate the fuel consumption, emission of hydrocarbon, okay, emission of nitrogen oxides. Okay, so these are all the things they'll take, and finally they'll have an fuel consumption and emission calculation loop. Okay, then they'll did one problem. After that, how engine cranking can be modeled. Engine cranking can be modeled. For that, how the engine speed and time is taken, and they have done another problem. Okay, likewise, electric motor. Okay, electric motor, how the required power. First, they'll have an driving schedule. Okay, so driving schedule. Okay, of a particular one, and as well as engine operating power also they'll have it. After that, they converted. Okay, they're having a data mapping of a 1.8 liter diesel engine with a particular how much RPM, how much kilowatt are required. So from that, motor torque, output torque they'll convert to a mathematical modeling constraint, motor efficiency, motor voltage, everything they'll convert to a equations. Then they'll implement the equation in the motor and propulsion mode. Okay, likewise brake torque. Okay, so motor efficiency, motor voltage, how to calculate, and they are done on small motor in regenerative mode. So during the regenerative mode, okay, how we can able to predict, how we can able to get the exact value of power. Okay, so how much torque is given, how much drive start speed, everything taken. Finally, how much will be the bus voltage, how much will be the charging current. Okay, when the region is in such a way, they can able to make it as a closed loop. Okay, then they will have a so drive cycle and battery system modeling. Okay, so each motor generator set means how much Newton meter power will be efficiency will be generated. Okay, so how a battery is can be modeled, charge pulses. Okay, so charging and discharging, everything they are given complete model and equation in terms of terminal voltage, open circuit voltage, voltage or ohmic resistor, dynamic voltage. Okay, so everything mathematical modeling they have done, I think very good from page number 25 to 60. okay, and thermal behavior of the battery. Okay, how to, only thing is you have to understand. So I think 2-3 hours extensive study and preparing slides is very important. Finally, battery model. Okay, okay. If a current and temperature is given, okay, how much is the battery generated heat power, battery terminal voltage, what is the state of charge? So by providing these two information, how much current I need, what is the present temperature, I can able to predict in a battery how much heat will be generated, what will be the battery terminal voltage, what is the state of charge. Such a way, they have arranged all the mathematical model equations in such a way I can able to get final output. This is what battery model implementation called. I think you are able to understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so likewise they are given example and transmission system, modeling of a transmission system. Okay, so from the tractive force generation to how using a clutch and power split device, we can able to do that. Okay, at different percentage of SOC. Okay, and they are governed with the equations. Okay, what's the equation? And how is the conceptual architecture, okay, how the power is engine and motor is there using a clutch arrangement we are giving, and how the transmission occurs finally in a differential gear, okay, forward differential gear we are giving, okay, and planetary gear how it is working, okay. So and finally, and the way they are completely put it in all the mathematical equations, they'll place it in here, and automatic transmission hybrid drive states. Okay, clutch control, engine powers, engine speed, what is engine inertia, motor power, motor speed, motor inertia is given. Finally, I will get, if I'm given this detail, everything is processed, and I will get how much is the output shaft speed, how much is the output shaft torque, and how much is the output inertia. Okay, so I can get. So because we know that as a result of mathematical model, we are going to implement in simulation. If you want to implement simulation, I should create, okay, and a Simulink diagram. Okay, so each is clutch control power that was earlier mathematically model. Okay, likewise torque, shaft speed. Okay, everything is mathematical model, and I am given. Finally, I will get a three output. How much the speed? How much is the torque? How much is the output inertia? So such a way it is given very nicely. Okay, so I think only thing is I think this book also I have uploaded. This book also I have uploaded. Okay, so clutch control, how it is happening. Okay, so how the power flow happening. Everything is very neatly described. Okay, so after that individually. Okay, motor speed, motor torque, motor inertia given. After that, what will happen? Shaft speed input, what will happen, engine shaft speed, what will happen. So this is the model diagram. Okay, of clutch control signal 011 means here is the 011 clutch control 011 clutch control 101. Okay, we are going to name it and we are going to describe the operation. Okay, so it is completely, I think in the program, okay, and that is AICT conductor. Now that program also mainly they are going to create the engineers with this knowledge only. Okay, with the fundamental, after fundamental and all. Okay, starting from engine and motor, and when they coupling this power in a power drive using a clutch arrangement, how it is reach the vehicle as a tractive force. Okay, so that way only. This is only they are going to elaborate on that. Okay, so complete. Very good material it's available. Okay, so completely what are the factors, everything is having a formula. Okay, so torque converter model also is there. Okay, so by input given, so what is the torque, shaft torque and shaft speed. Okay, I can get, okay, considering the inertia of the vehicle. Okay, how much will be the output shaft and output shaft speed. Okay, in between that I will calculate the torque ratio calculation, speed ratio calculation. Finally, with the efficiency loop, I will get, okay, added with the efficiency, I will get the required amount of. So this is how I'm designing. After this digital output is converted, I make it as analog and given to a signal to the concerned engine and concerned motor. Okay, so I can get an required amount of power. A completely mathematical model and its notations. Okay, everything is given. Even a gearbox is model. Okay, modeling of gearbox, how to do that. Okay, so modeling of transmission controller, how to do that. Okay, so everything is very elaborately given. At least, okay, so leave the part of mechanical thing. At least you can concentrate on motor, battery, and final powertrain. Okay, and final drive and wheel. Okay, this one you can have, and you can explain how this mathematical modeling is helping to understand and simulate. Okay, because mainly we are going for mathematical modeling, because before going for any prototype, any creations, okay, as a prototype, we want to know, okay, whether the design parameters working properly and I'm getting a desired output. That is a very important reason why we are going for simulation. Actually, it is a very important gift. Okay, so the simulation softwares are. Otherwise, what will happen, even if you are done it everything in a paper, calculation and all, finally we have to go for prototype. Okay, but obviously here also, after getting a simulation results, we have to go for prototype, because I already one day I explained it is in a complementary only. It's in a complementary only, because some of the main issues, okay, and major issues that will be arised only in the practical case, whereas we will be we will neglect, because of that cannot be characterized in a mathematical equation, we may be neglected them. So some of the things that can occur only in the real practical system only. Other than that, we can able to remaining and all we can able to predict. Okay, so obviously any simulation output, any mathematical outcome, it is in a complementary only. It is in a complementary to the real-time models only. Okay, so that way, if you're taken that, okay, you implement PID control finally as a drive. Okay, so how it is really implemented. Okay, so finally they'll come out with how much is the demand, how much is the adjusted, okay, and how much is the braking power, how much is the acceleration power, everything finally will come to know. Okay, so by simply providing, okay, the details, okay, from the starting from the engine parameter, okay, and motor parameter, battery parameter, okay, and working condition and drive pattern, everything, if I can able to feed it to the system, finally I will get a desired output. How much is the shaft speed, how much is the shaft torque, how much is the inertia, okay, inertia torque, inertia speed, okay, to overcome that, and how much is the attractive force that can be generated. Okay, so in terms of numerical values you can able to get, then I can go for real-time fabrication of these things. Okay, so what way the mathematical modeling, if we able to convert, okay, these two. Yes, yes,
nothing, sir.
hello.
ஒன்னும் இல்ல சார்.
Okay, I think that's only a really challenging thing. I think this is somewhat advanced, I can only say. Okay, so only thing is very slowly and gradually you have to start understanding. Have you worked on that is any sibling development using MATLAB? I think you may not worked on. Okay, so maybe only for power electronic circuits and all given, you may be used sibling, but this is to develop a sibling. Okay, develop a sibling. So there everything ready-madely available. Suppose if I'm having a device, suppose a power source is there, the only thing is I have to, okay, click and paste. Okay, if I'm drag that, it will come and paste. If I double click that, I can able to set the input. It will show whatever all the input parameter, what is the output of the black. That's nothing but a mathematical equations. Okay, so but here using, after developing this mathematical equation, we are going to implement the same in the blocks. Okay, and we are going to save them. Okay, so there are Scilab, I think you may have an one software, Scilab, SCI. Okay, so it is similar to that of MATLAB only, but whereas it is permitting to create such a mathematical model, and we can able to put it in a block like that. Okay, so a box like that, in which if I double click that, automatically it will show what are the input, what is the output. So likewise I can have, okay, these are the summation points and added points and all, everything is available. Okay, apart from that, these things only I have to create if I once I created and stored and make it in a Simulink diagram, okay, only if I'm providing this input, I can be able to get an output. Okay, so after that final implementation, finally I can get what I want. I think, is it possible, Nirmal? Can you do and work on this and present?
Yes, sir. I will try, sir.
Okay, at least some 20 slides. Okay, you can try. You can leave. Suppose if you are not able to understand the engine part, crank cycle. Okay, how much is the mechanical power developed? Leave that, and only we can concentrate on motor, battery, and power drive, and finally, in a final implementation, how it look like. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. Any other clarification? Others? Others? Any clarification? Okay. So here, yesterday, regarding the retrofitting, okay, regarding the retrofitting, we have seen, okay, I think Maheshwaran presented something. So some of the things are apart from that, because these are all the basic concept, you know that, okay, and battery pack and all. I think these type of issues also we can take when you're going for retrofitting. Okay, so how much is the number of EVs or HEVs and usage? Okay, how much will be the electricity needed? And additionally, I can take, okay, and we can able to discuss about the charging and peak demand power, local constraints on the local transformer. Okay, how it will be affect. Okay, so after that, mainly when we talk about a HEV, EV or HEV versus petrol, okay, so how the fuel economy is improved one along with the emission control. Okay, I think these are under also I have explained. Okay, so that also you can able to include in your presentation. Okay, so finally, even though when you're going for hybrid electrical vehicle, we are using the electricity only for charging. That electricity in turn is produced, okay, in a generating station using 70 percentage of fossil fuels only. Okay, maybe we can have 30 to 40 percentage only other power plants. So as of India now, 70 percentage of electricity are 60 to 70 percentage of electricity are produced using thermal power plants only, using burning a coal only mainly. Remaining only hydel. Okay, then we can go for other renewable energy sources, diesel power plant. Okay, and obviously nuclear power plant. Then we go on for renewable energy sources such as wind farms and PV panels. Okay, so mainly how much electricity I'm using for charging my battery, in that 70 percentage is going to coming out of this only. So then obviously the question will occur, instead of burning at one end, okay, and we can use it the electricity in car, that is more or less same, okay, but we can able to come to a conclusion. If I did like that in a centralized manner, I am producing electricity using 70 percentage of the fossil fuel. When I'm using in a vehicle, it is only produce, okay, so 4 ton to 820 kilogram of carbon dioxide only. This is a very dirtiest generation. Okay, so 820 is the very, very worst case. Worst case only. Whereas in a very good case, I will only produce 4 ton. But whereas if I'm using any petrol or diesel, even the best case, which is giving a more mileage and good efficiency, that itself producing 880 kilogram of carbon dioxide per vehicle per year. Okay, so approximately, okay, so in Bangalore like city, Chennai like city, one taxi, okay, one taxi which is running using a diesel or petrol, it is producing 4,000 kilogram of carbon dioxide. That is equal to, okay, so deforestation of 1 acre of land. Okay, 1 acre of land. Okay, so that much carbon dioxide liberation we are doing. Okay, but if you see the same way electricity, 70% electricity produced in a centralized manner. From that electricity, if I'm charging up my electric vehicle and all, okay, the dirtiest mixture itself very less than, okay, very good best fuel economy of fuel vehicle. Okay, so here the best case is 880, but whereas worst case in electrical vehicle, very less percentage of hybrid, more amount efficiency also less. Everything if less also, I will only get 820. Okay, so that way you can able to compare. Okay, so this is very important calculation or slide. Okay, so assuming 12,500 kilometer, okay, it is traveled by an electrical vehicle. Okay, if it is a pure petrol, if it is a pure electrical vehicle, this is I think you can able to take this also. Okay, so especially the retrofitting as a solution to Indian context. Okay, we already seen that. Okay, so if you see that closely, okay, compared to any other nations, okay, so they are only spending around very less amount only fuel price per capita income. Out of that income, okay, so other countries they are spending very less amount only for the fuel price. As you are aware that India is one of the Asian country which is selling a fuel price at very high rate. Okay, so people even many are start in neighboring country like Sri Lanka, okay, Myanmar, and even Malaysia, Singapore, even Pakistan. We can take. So the fuel cost is very less. Okay, half of our price only. But India government putting okay. So if you are considering that fuel price per capita income in India is very high. Okay, so it is not only in order to contribute to the CO2 emission cut, in also you have to improve the fuel price per capita income also we have to decrease. So for that also the retrofitting technology is very useful. Okay, so it having customers need. Okay, customers need how much okay, they want to cut down and financial goal. Okay, mainly it having a financial goal and the performance sustainability. Okay, the same way it will give you fuel economy and vehicle end to life. So mainly we are doing, okay, which are all the conventional vehicle which are all running end of the life only it will show very poor performance and fuel economy also very worse. That case we can able to convert, and it is also contributing to the society needs. Okay, because as I already told, a taxi can cause 4,000 kilogram of carbon dioxide in a year. Okay, so which is equal to deforestation of 1 acre of forest land with trees and all. Okay, so automatically that will improve public health if you are doing that, and it will contribute to the, okay, stopping of climate change also very worst here. And in turn, it is also helping a government need. It is helping the GDP growth and crude oil consumption. We are all very much know that importing huge amount of crude oil we are importing. Okay, that we can able to cut. Okay, foreign exchange conservation also we can able to deal very well, and carbon intensity of development can also done. So only thing is industries. Okay, so industries which are all having vehicles are running. Okay, especially these type of power production and all mechanical power production. Okay, rotational power production. That industry. Okay, if they think over these things, they can also implement. They can also implement this concept. Okay, so it is totally an inevitable solution. And so how much is the world fossil fuel, okay, especially carbon dioxide emission from 1970 to 2017? Okay, so if you see all the international shipping and the aviations, okay, so that's only very slowly going. Okay, that if you take it as a separate sector. But whereas if you go India and Russia and other countries, it is keep on increasing only, keep on increasing only. Okay, so it is exponentially somewhere we can able to see it is going very very high. Okay, so what's a hard fact, especially in India? Okay, is because of the poor air. Okay, we are also now suffering. Okay, by means of a virus. Okay, premature deaths in India due to outdoor air pollution. Okay, so that is a one study states that why Delhi, like Delhi, Mumbai places, okay, so having more for death, okay, casualties into these days, okay, because of its outdoor air pollution also, okay, so that can cause this virus transmission very fast and actively, okay, maybe the reason it may be muted also, why the mutation happens, okay, in Bengal, okay, so that is triple time muted and all they're telling, so maybe due to the pollution, okay, due to the pollution in order to survive, so it itself it is getting mutated also, okay, and another one is 25 percentage of share of road transport in the air pollution, including the greenhouse gas emission. And 14 of top 20 world polluted cities are in India. That is a very, very shocking news. If you take a first 20 polluted cities in the world, 14 cities are in India. Okay, remaining six only in other countries. And millions others suffering from severe and mild ill health due to air pollution. And because of this 5% GDP impact also is there. 85 percentage of India's crude oil import. Okay, we are doing importation only 15% only we can able to get it from our own resources. Okay, and 12 to 5 times the amount of emission of older vehicles compared to newer vehicles. Suppose today I am getting a variant with the Bharat 6 stage means it's not that all the vehicles are with the Bharat 6. So some of the vehicles out at 15 years, 20 years back, stage 3, Bharat stage 3, 2, 4 vehicles also still running. Okay, and due to the aging and all, they are producing 2 to 5 times, okay, so more amount of emissions, okay, so that also a problem, okay, these are the hard facts why we have to go for retrofitting. So as far as the retrofitting technology, as I already told, two different way, hybrid electrical and full electric vehicle. So as I already told, this retrofitting technology is a recognized one, and all it is regulated by the AAS. AAS 1 to 3 part 1 and 2. Okay, so in this case, hybrid electrical vehicle make mainly the torque assisted system, starting from torque assisted system up to 70%, 80% of hybridization is there. Okay, whereas if you want to convert existing Maruti 800 vehicle or Alto 800 vehicle means that also we can able to convert to a full electrical, completely remove all the engine, this and that, all the gasoline parts. Only we are going to have a battery pack, power modulators, and motoring means I can have such a way that also regulated by AS 1 to 3 part 3. Okay, so it is giving guidelines how to do that, and finally we can get an endorsement. Endorsement. So obviously, any vehicle that we are going for, along with the gasoline, suppose if I'm fitting a kit, or if I'm removing that completely and go ahead with the new conversion to electrical vehicle, power propulsion using electrical vehicle means I have to get an endorsement. Okay, so if you follow this AIS 1 to 3 part 3, whatever the guidelines and all said, so obviously they'll give an endorsement. So that is what commercially they are doing it outside also. So this is about drive part and study. Okay, this and all, you know that what are the components. So being a hybrid electrical vehicle, everything we are already studied. Okay, so I think yesterday, okay, Makeshwar, I think Makeshwar only did retrofitting. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think you can add some more points related to that, and you can enrich your slides. What about tomorrow's Joel? Has he ready? I think Joel already said. Okay, so he's prepared slides. Okay, I think you can expect a lot. You can expect a very good presentation. Okay, provided. Okay, so he prepared well and very presented very nicely. Okay, so as far as presentation concerned, very nice presentation created about Tesla's model. Okay, So, what about Hazim? Hazim? Hashim Sharif? Hello? Hashim? Not in call. He's there, but what about Joel? Okay. Tomorrow, okay. So 10:30 to 11:30.